Having trouble with your garage door? Problem solved. Call Direct Service Overhead Garage Door Company. We're your go-to team for garage door repair, new garage doors, openers, and more. We offer same-day service. We're always ready when you need us. Best of all, you can book your appointment online or talk to a live operator 24/7. No machines, no waiting. So whether it's a broken spring or a brand new garage door, trust the local experts at Direct Service Garage Doors. Call us today or visit directserviceoverhead.com.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tuss Talk with Ty postgame live show. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Finally, Arkansas looked the part. Finally, on the road this year, man. I gotta say that's it was refreshing to see, even if it was just Mississippi State. I'm loving it, man. Anytime you go on the road, first off, we know that's been a struggle. We know playing on the road has been a struggle, and then in Mississippi State, not an atrocious team, just not a good team. And so yeah, I mean it's good to get a W wherever you get it. Unfortunately, if you're a Mississippi State fan, my God, your team, I mean, you got a lot of work to do, man. Do not think you make the tournament. I mean, that's no surprise to anybody. I know you probably know that. You're fully aware. But today didn't do you any favors, especially when Arkansas is missing two pieces, even though those two pieces haven't exactly, lit the world on fire in Knox and Wagner. They still provide minutes on the floor and have their moments, whether it be on the offensive end of the floor, as kind of who can play the point guard role. And again, a guy who led Arkansas at the halfway mark last season. Once Boogie Flan went down, again, talking about DJ Wagner, what he did a year ago, he's not been able to replicate this year. That had a lot to do with Acuff. So you were without him today. You were without Wagner, a guy who is capable, just hasn't found that sweet spot this year, coming off the bench. And then again, Knox, who defensively can provide you with some pretty good moments, can absolutely knock down a 3 or 2 in a game, So yeah. All right. Anyways, you guys make sure you like, share, subscribe. Sharing is caring. My God, please share the content. Where's Luke? Yeah, we had Luke going off in Discord. Apparently, I'm allowed to talk my shit, but at times, who did he compare me to again? I already forgot. I kind of was half paying attention. Was it Skip? He said that I have it's my show, but I'm Skip Bayless sometimes. What a wild thing. Okay. Sadly, did well on defense. I thought in Sealy. I was reading that wrong. Sealy did well on defense. I thought, and Brazil is back. Yeah, Sealy, who caught some minutes tonight. Absolutely love seeing that. Love seeing Sealy on the floor, even if it was just for a few minutes. And tonight he got more than a few again because of the missing pieces. I'm sorry I did get off to a slow start, and that's usually a nightmare scenario for the show. As I've mentioned before, the YouTube has completely kicked me off the algorithm. I mean, they have completely knocked me out. Don't know why. Don't think I'm breaking any rules. I have no idea. Some push notifications are being sent. A lot are not. Obviously, if you're watching this, the odds are you were hit with a push notification, but there are many more people. Trust me, I get the DMs, I get the comments and the after live chats and everything. They're just not pushing this channel anymore. Don't know why. We ended up 2026 or 2025 was amazing. 300 north of, I think, 350,000 total views in a year. And that's doing everything, not everything, doing most everything, especially the second half of the year, by their rule book. Right. And then I was rewarded for that. All of a sudden, channel was doing really well. for whatever reason this year, I don't know what's going on. And I'm not the only one. I've talked with some other creators about it. It is a problem. So I don't know. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you're watching this. What matters is Arkansas. I know, again, I'm not allowed to get off sports even for just a minute, or I'm going to ruffle somebody's feathers. I tell you, I already know where you're from when some of the comments that are left, I already know, oh, he's from Facebook. Isn't that weird how you could just know that person's from Facebook, leaving me this hateful comment. How dare you? Yeah, so I appreciate the retweets on Twitter, by the way. I see you, Joe Daddy. Tim Neal, what's going on? Yeah, so Arkansas, not a perfect game for them by any stretch of the imagination, but they did dominate this game outside the first few minutes. Mississippi State got off to a 4-0, 6-2 lead, I think it was, in the first few minutes. Arkansas shooting, I think it was 0 for 5. A typical slow start for this team. I don't know how the hell to remedy that. I really don't. It's so strange when you watch them play in the first 6 minutes and then watch them typically, I would say 85% of the season, not every game. Sometimes things get really bad for this team when they get off to these slow starts, but most of the time they can get off to these slow starts where they're getting out-rebounded, outscored, silly fouls. They just kind of – I don't know what it is. It takes this team they're like a leaky faucet, like when do you eventually, or even better, it's like a something up with your plumbing. It takes you like 5 minutes to get your hot water flowing, that's what they remind me of. My wife's shower is like that. And I'm like, damn, this is like Arkansas basketball. It's taking them a few minutes to get warm. What the hell's going on? Unfortunately, our hot water heater did just go out. So we've got the $700 replacement that's going to get installed tomorrow. Jeez, man. Maybe that's why I'm. Anyways, so yeah, the slow starts are just par of the course. How often do you see them trailing to a shitty team, 6-2, 8-2, 10-4? It happens every damn game, and it's just getting tiring. It sucks. I really wish they could get off to a quicker start and then maintain and build off whatever lead they're, because you never get the full thing. I mean, I don't know how many games this year where they've gotten off to a fast start, where they've maybe got the 10-2 run, and then they expand on that and end up, leading the entire game and play as close to a perfect game as you can get. I don't know how many times they've done that this year. For a team that everyone seems to still believe is going to go on some magical Elite Eight run, they haven't. I bet you can count on one hand the amount of times they've done that against halfway quality opponents. Of course, that's subjective. All right. Again, make sure you like and share. Yeah, we took a shot at Luke. Hey, it's all fun and games, though. At least he's in chat, and he's kind of rolling with the punches in Discord. I just read his reply in Discord. Oh, no. I said maybe he'll grace us with his presence. He's Luke is this guy, he's been in Discord for a while. I don't ever know him to be hostile towards anybody. He seems like he's a pretty cool guy. He made a fat joke in Discord at my expense, and it wasn't even that good. Again, man, if you're going to do a fat joke, it's got to be funny. It's got to be something I've not heard before. I mean, come on, Luke. You got to do better than that, bro. And then I tagged him and I said, hey, maybe he'll grace us with his presence in this one. And his response, again, this is happening in Discord. I get it. We've got like 10 active people in that Discord now. Maybe that's pushing it. So we love it when we get a little banter going. I try my best not to do it, to kind of poke without breaking any rules. So anyways, I did poke him there a little bit. And he says his response was, again, to my maybe Luke will grace us with his presence. Why would I join you just to talk shit because my opinion is different than y'all? See, that's crybaby shit, though, man. You're the one that said talk your shit in Discord, bro. You're the one that said talk your shit or eat it or whatever the hell you were going on about, along with your 5-minute, 15-minute long essays you were giving us in Discord. I'll give him, hey, at least he's kind of rolling with the punches, though. I don't know. I haven't updated Discord in a minute. Maybe he's ran off. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not anybody's enemy. Come on now. We're all glad the good guys won today. Again, Arkansas with a dominant performance for the most part. 90% of this game they dominated, 88-68. I've been saying it. Mississippi State they are not good. This is a really, really not good basketball team. As if it wasn't evident enough with their 11-win total. They're now 3-7 in conference play. Arkansas joins the 7-win club in conference play, 7-3. That's a really strong start. I know we've had some bumps in the road. Kentucky, I'm not lying to you when I say that game. After that game, I had a party to go to in Pea Ridge. I'm blasting music, or I'm listening to like Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic or Film Threat. It's like some of my favorite movie critic channels on YouTube. They're hilarious and they're good at what they do. I didn't play any of that. That's a 35, almost 40-minute trip. I didn't play any music, didn't listen to any shows, just drove with both hands on the steering wheel staring at the road the entire 35 minutes. Not even like talking to myself. I was, not even doing that. I mean, there's times after games where I'm so pissed off. I'm so mad. If I've got to go somewhere like the gas station or Walmart, I'm just sitting there like cussing the whole time. They're like, Brazil, why didn't you, blah, 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 beep, 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 beep. And unless my kids are in the car, then I can't do that. But so that I get it. Like it's not been a unbelievable start. I mean, again, you're 7-3 in conference play, but this was still a game. Like you need to prove to yourself that you can go on the road and just crush somebody, and that's what they did. I kind of thought. Now, our prediction for this game was whether or not Acuff was going to go off for north of 24 points. He scored exactly 24 points. And he's only done that now. I think that's the 5th time he scored 24 or more points. I could be wrong. I was glancing at that before tip-off. I think that's right. It was four. Now I think this is 5 times he scored 24 or more points, and he's only done it north of 24 points. He's only done that 3, maybe 4 times. At any rate, Acuff, he is a great scorer. We know he can facilitate, which he did today. Dude was, I thought. He was going to have a double-double the way he started things out. I mean, their first 10 made buckets, he was responsible for 50% of the assist off those points. I mean, he sees the entire floor. And, he also had, 5 rebounds to go along with it. That's like his average now. Or it's got to be. It feels like it is in SEC play. It's got to be, 5-6 boards along with 6-7 assists or whatever, and then 21 or so points in SEC play. I mean, he's again. I feel like every post game just becomes the let's just glaze Acuff show, and that's you can't help it. Again, like I've mentioned over and over, Acuff is a once every. I don't know, for Arkansas, that's a once every. How often have you had someone like Acuff really? This level, no matter the position, right? I mean, it feels like you're watching about a once every 15 to 20 year player here at Arkansas. They've had some guys. I mean, we know they've had some fantastic freshmen even before my time. But Acuff is just something special in this day and age. I'm telling you, I love the some of the comparisons they're already making with him. He's just fun to watch. Billy Richmond today, we call him the glue guy, which he has been. He was put in a more forefront role in this game. He actually he's a starter. He gets 25 minutes, about what I would have expected anyways, right? With him, maybe 20 to 25 or 20, but then with the injuries, he's going to get some more play, and he got 5 more minutes I thought he would end up with, and he ended up 14 points. I mean, you got to appreciate what Billy Richmond is capable of doing. You got to appreciate what this guy is capable of doing. They've got him down for 1 block. I thought he had 2. Maybe ESPN, they're known for getting these messed up, so maybe they'll correct that. I swear he had 2 blocks, but whatever. I mean, it was Brazil today with the block show, 4 blocks. Arkansas would end up with 9 blocks. Not like Mississippi State had none. They had 7 themselves, but really fantastic showing, and I would argue for once on both ends of the floor, they put together a really, really good game. Mississippi State is not a good team. Again, I fully understand that. This is a team that's not doing anything in postseason play unless they have a complete turnaround, unlike anything. Well, I say unlike anything we've ever seen. Arkansas did go 0-5 last year and turned it around, and ended up on a Sweet 16 run. But, Mississippi State's going to have to really figure something out. Hubbard is a hell of a player. We got to give it to Hubbard. Hubbard is a really good player. Hey, again, if you guys are just hopping in here, make sure you share the content. I see some of you guys in here. Do me a favor. Open up another window, or if you're on your phone, multitask, go to Twitter, find the Tuss Talk feed, and retweet it. Do me a solid, okay? YouTube is just kicking me right in the balls. They are just not pushing this content. They are they're really starting to favor a couple of places, and that's it. So the only way we can combat this is you guys sharing, interacting, taking the poll, leaving comments. The more you interact with the channel, believe it or not, even downvoting this show, even leaving a dislike counts towards some kind of action on the channel. Unbiased. You know what? Every time Arkansas has a game like that, I think they played really, really well. But a game like this, I'm always like, damn, I should have made this a call-in show so I could get Brim on here. I always want to hear what you have to say. So Brim says Sealy improves the overall team defense. You're not kidding. And we've noticed this before. Like he does seem to raise the level of play on the defensive end of the floor with he forced two jump ball scenarios twice, which should have just been an easy play for Mississippi State to make on to get the rebound, a clean rebound or whatever it was. I think the other was like a pass inside. And Sealy, wraps around the ball, finds a way defensively and forces, a jump ball scenario. And Arkansas gets the ball on one of those. So, I mean, Sealy has a role, even if it's mostly defensive. And we've said for a while, like Arkansas they are who they are. You don't have an Adu waiting. You're not waiting on these guys although they have injuries now. And I know Ewan had a shoulder thing today as well. He had to sit on the bench for a little while. I don't know what that was all about, but obviously he's fine. He came back out and played. But like, you don't feel like there's that Superman moment unless it comes from Brazil at the end of the year. If Ewan kind of turns it up the way Adu did, of course we had injuries to overcome, but you are mostly who you are with this short 8-man rotation. You kind of just are who you are. It's going to take more effort and guys just kind of knowing where they're at on the floor. That I sometimes feel like they're out of place. They're not playing well in the lanes. They're not clogging the lanes. They're not playing well enough around the rim. Maybe I'm not going to say it is the Springdale kid Sealy, but maybe him getting some time on the floor, maybe it helps raise everybody's IQ on the defensive end of the floor to some extent, simply because of his aggressive nature. Now, the thing he needs to figure out is how to play defense without getting into foul trouble. He picked up fouls. I mean, what did he end up with? He had 3 last I saw. Yeah, okay, so he it's not like he played 25 minutes. He played 15, which is still a lot for him. I think what'd they say, 9 minutes total in SEC play so far this year for Sealy? He caught 15. He nearly doubled his total minutes played in a single game in SEC play. 6 points, and he had 3 fouls, and I think 2 of them were pretty quick. I guess really all 3 of them had to be quick when you don't play that many minutes. But, Sealy does seem to maybe he's the guy. Maybe he can be the guy where he comes out, he gets 3 minutes on the floor, and all of a sudden everybody starts to raise their awareness. I don't know what it is. Sometimes there's just guys, you put them on the floor and you figure something out about yourself, or there's an aspect of your game that you weren't so good at, and all of a sudden, oh wow, it took this one guy 3-4 minutes in the game, and now we're going to play at an elevated level on that end of the floor or whatever. Whether it's getting rebounds, Sealy only had 1 rebound, but he ended up with 6 points. He was 3 of 6. He was 0 for 1 outside, and again he had he also had 2 assists, 1 turnover, but he had the 1 rebound. That's a 7-man. That's a tight rotation. I think they played with like a 11. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11-man rotation to your 7. And Arkansas just outplayed Mississippi State. And I don't know, man. They did look better. With no Wagner and Knox. But again, we have to take into consideration who you played. You got to take into consideration it's Mississippi State. This was not a road game against a good team. This is a road game against a really not good team who's probably going to be staying home in March. But again, I'm happy to even see it. We've seen them at home play like booty cheeks, if I'm allowed to say that, Lucas. and they went on the road. They dominated outside the first few minutes. 10 to 15 a game when needed. Yeah, there you go. I agree, Brim. Like, shared, and subbed with all notifications. I see you, Texan. You're doing your part. I thank you, sir. What's up, Megan? Seeley was pretty good. Billy is always great. Yeah, Billy, you love seeing him getting a double. You love seeing him with the 14, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, just 1 turnover. I mean, again, Arkansas doing their part in the assist-to-turnover ratio. It's insane. 3-1. They're one of the best assist-to-turnover ratio teams in the country. If you're going to ask me, what are the 3 what is at least 1 or 2 areas that gives you confidence of Arkansas, playing at an elevated level and making you feel comfortable when the tournament comes around? And one of those would be, I would say, the 3-point shooting, the decision making outside. Now they weren't as good as I had hoped they would have been, but they were 36% outside. That's one area. There's the decision making when the ball's in their hands this year, in terms of the shots taken, and just how it's why their offense is what it is. It's the decision making, but then it's the assist to turnover ratio. I mean, they're averaging 9 turnovers a game. I've said it for years. The lower you are under 10 turnovers a game, and if you could somehow keep your assist into the 13, 14 plus range to a 9 to maybe 10 turnovers. 10 still too high for me. I'm a single digit guy. Okay, I'm a single digit guy there. I'd like you to be 9 turnovers, and they ended up with 7. Again, 22 assists to just 7 turnovers. This is the thing that makes me. If I'm gonna tip my cap, if you're catching me on a bluff, and you don't know what I think about Arkansas, this is where you would get me. I wonder if it's the assist to turnover, Ty, and then I'm going to start to crack. Okay, yeah, you got me. That's what it is. Their assist to turnover is fantastic. It's some of the best I've seen. And I don't remember the last time they were this good at not turning the ball over and then racking up assists. Acuff by himself, again with 8, and I think he had 5 of those in the first half. You don't see that. Even just forget that he's a freshman. You don't see that very often from even some of the better point guards. 22 or 24 points, 8 assists, turns the ball over just 1 time. Just impressive. And as a team, again, free throw shooting, this team, something's going on. I don't know if they just stopped practicing free throws. Now they're working on defense. I don't know what's going on. Lately, forgive me if I'm wrong, it feels like they've been an average of about 69% the last few SEC games. I don't know what's going on. That includes games inside Bud Walton. Again, I'm talking about an average. I realize they've shot above that, but they should be, because throughout most of the season, they were like a 75% shooting free throw team, and they're dropping. And this is something they've got to get back to. You got to get more opportunities at the line. They only had 12 shots at the free throw line. This was a pretty conservatively called game. I know there was some arguments about the whether or not a player was in the action of shooting when he was fouled, or just some of the fouls, some of the letting them kind of play and do what they want. But for the most part, it felt like 90% of this game. Again, I could be wrong. It felt like 90% of this game was called evenly on both ends of the floor for both Arkansas and Mississippi State. Yeah, there was definitely should have been some and ones on both ends for both teams. I'm glad they called it the way they did. I really am. We get to see Arkansas play their kind of ball, and it also comes down to you as a team, how you're playing. Again, Seeley's fouls, I would argue about all these fouls were correctly called. I mean, this is a really well officiated game, and yet you only you had 12 shots at the line. Again, there could have been more, sure. They were 9 of 14. They only shot 64% at the line. You were 8 of 12. To me, that's fine. If you're only getting about, I'm talking about from an officiating standpoint, unless your drive unless what you're trying to do as a team is dribble, drive, draw fouls, get guys in foul trouble, maybe try to go at some of their bigs, try to rack up a few fouls. If that's what you're trying to do, that's different. That clearly just was not their aim. They were everything was dropping for Arkansas for the most part. I say everything. Again, they started off pretty slow, had their moments. I think they had at least 1-2+ minute scoring drought. I think Mississippi State had a couple of 3 to 4 minute scoring droughts. But yeah, I do want them to get to the line more, though. And that's got to be something. I want to see them get to the line more moving forward. I want to see about, 18 to 20 attempts per game, and that's still not on the high side. And then maybe you're knocking down 75% of those in road games. At home, yeah, you definitely need to be north of 74%. But again, the assist to turnover, they had 5 steals, 9 blocks, my God. 11 offensive rebounds. Again, Mississippi State, one of the better rebounding teams in this league. They are one of the better rebounding teams in this league. And because of Arkansas' style of play, it put them through the spin cycle a little bit. Arkansas wins this not by 1, 2, 3, 4 boards. They win this by 5 rebounds, 38 to their 33. Hey, they had 15 assists. They were moving the ball around. Mississippi State was, but unfortunately for them, they had 11 turnovers. And the shots just started not falling for them for a little bit. And Arkansas played really good accelerated defense. I do think their defense – Arkansas's defense was better, okay? It was better. Overall this year, again, I know sadly Luke's not in here. Their defense has been cheeks. 89, okay? I think Yudwood was correct in Discord when he said that. 89% of the season this defense has been cheeks. Hopefully they're starting to figure things out, and maybe Sealy is a part of that equation. I'm not, again, when they get healthy, Sealy's minutes are going to drop. We know that. Brian Barton, I'm hoping Carter Knox reemerges as the player we know he can be. We need him playing good. I could not agree more. Knox needs to come around. If Wagner's not going to come around, even though you might need him, Acuff isn't exactly immune to getting – there's been a couple of games this year where he's gotten in, a couple of fouls or just, maybe he's a little – you can tell he's playing a little tired. You need Wagner to come in and play that point guard spot, even if it's just for 2-3 minutes. You need him, and you need him playing at that accelerated level. And we just haven't seen it. Josh says Billy is so much better than Knox. Well, they're two different kinds of players, but yeah, I agree with that. Billy is just on another level, man. Billy's, first off, has a 72-inch vertical or something just crazy. Watching this dude jump, when he times his jumps, I think he could block anybody in the damn league. Hell, maybe you just let him stand under the rim. I don't know. Just let him stand under the rim doing this. And then when someone's trying to drive straight to the rim, you just have him do this right here. And then you hit the jump button. Oh my God. What is this vertical? What is Billy Richmond's vertical? Holy shit, I want to give him the gold chain. Just watching this kid jump. He's so athletic. And you can watch him, and I think he runs like a 4.29 40. I saw him earlier in the game run down on one end of the floor and get a block or makes a play at the rim. And he comes out of nowhere. You just see him coming in. He comes into the screen. There he is. Golly, dude. Maybe Silverfield needs to hit him up. See if he wants to play. I don't know. Where would you put him? Where would you put someone like? Would you put him at wide receiver and just let him run 20 yards, turn around, and just throw the ball up in the air, and he's gonna catch all those 50-50 jump balls? My God. He is just an athlete. Is a pure athlete. He might be the best pure athlete on the floor, man. It's crazy. TB blocked that dude's 3-point. Yeah, and TB, yeah, again, yeah. Brazil's a hell of an athlete too. He's definitely with him long 8 feet. He's got he's just got those limbs, dude. Those arms could reach to the heavens. That was a great game to watch. Appreciate the adjustments from last week at home to this week on the road. Yeah, I agree, Kelly. Even if it's a different opponent, not near as good opponent. But I agree. It's good to see. Glad they didn't flagrant Pringle, says Robertson. Yeah. I might have missed that. Was there a situation? I'm sorry. There were sometimes I had to pause the Hulu stream, and then I had to do this fast forwarding thing because I was getting lunch. Maybe I missed something. Did he have a moment where he could have been hit with one? I love Billy. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Yeah, well, you appreciate hustle and effort 110%. 110%. By the way, we did start a new XP cycle in Discord. We started a new XP cycle. What are we on? 14. 14 has begun. It just started. You could join. We had someone who just signed up for legendary status last month. He might be in chat. I don't know. He shot up for legendary status or shot up in the ranks because he's legendary status. He's getting bonuses and XP predictions and everything. He was somewhere in the top 10 on the final day when we did our spins yesterday, because he's legendary, we do these XP wheel spins. He lands on an XP wheel spin. He gets an additional spin for free because he's legendary status. He gets another 10K spin, takes over the first place spot, ends up winning. Now this individual who is new to Discord, fairly new to legendary Patreon, Tuss Talk with Ty Patreon status, all because of that. This dude's going to get an autographed card. He won an autographed card just like that. So it's a lot of fun. You guys join. I realize it's the off season for football, but man, it's basketball season. Come in, join. You can get in on the conversation. You can watch some of the silliness, and you can get in on the conversations. I mean, that's always it's always the fun part. Sealy was working hard out there. He was, Mike, and them. I agree. He was working hard, playing hard. Oh, he poked a guy in the eye. Oh, that's why the dude was laying on the ground. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about. I know the play. Basketball players usually make the best tight ends and defensive ends, which are the most straight up athletic people on the field. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. You got to be pretty damn athletic to play tight end or defensive end. That's for damn sure. I don't know that he's going to have to pack on some weight, though, huh? If he's going to go play that. Yeah, Arkansas had a blocked three-pointer. I think that was Brazil. Just fun to watch. These kind of games are always fun to watch. Arkansas, it's nice that you're on the other end of it. You know, we know Arkansas's been on the other end of these. Good that Arkansas found a way. Good that Arkansas found a way to just absolutely dominate despite the slow start. Now, we are going to go to the gold chain. Where are you, gold chain? This one is actually kind of tough for me. I don't know where you guys are at on the gold chain tonight or today. I don't know who you think. This gold chain is brought to you, presented to you by the one and only, the sponsor of these lives. That's Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company. Same-day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than the best, man. Right there in Central Arkansas. It's that time of year when you need your garage door repaired or replaced. Give them a call, 501-244-3667. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, and that's who sponsors the post-game gold chain, this thing that weighs 40 pounds. Travis wants me to wear. Are you kidding me, Travis? This thing is so heavy. This one's tough. Please don't knock over my desk, you heavy chain. This one's actually kind of difficult. I realize Acuff with the 24 points, the 5 rebounds, 8 assists, man, that's really hard to overlook. Just one turnover. Brazil had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 0 turnovers, 4 blocks. 4 blocks. Now, I would argue 2 of them were pretty pivotal. They were good. They were big-time blocks. You could say they all were. Again, Arkansas as a team, according to ESPN, they had 9. Isaiah Sealy with 3 of them. Again, what a game by Sealy. It's good to see him. Man, I hope what he did today is going to earn him some more minutes. Of course, we know Arkansas's got to go on the road to LSU. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. We have our poll. I completely forgot. Will the Hogs have a similar performance versus LSU on the road? 72% of you say yes. 72% of you are saying, yeah, they will. Now, remember LSU walked into Fayetteville and you only beat them by 4 points. And Arkansas has not been good on the road. Is this the game that they can maybe build off of? If they can get back-to-back road wins, if they can win at LSU, maybe we're starting something here, okay? This is why I changed my prediction from 2-1 of these 3 games to 1-2. I wasn't so sure Arkansas could win. I thought they would beat Mississippi State on the road, but I wasn't so sure about beating LSU and then Auburn, who dominated you in the first game, although that was at their place. Wasn't so sure you could do that. I changed my prediction to 1-2 over those 3. Did Mississippi State do enough to maybe change my mind, your mind? Again, please let me know in the comments. We're going to have to come back to that on Monday Night Lights, assuming we can. We should be good for Monday Night Lights. I'm learning something. As long as I've done these, it seems like once January hits, it all of a sudden the live show, and it really screws with the algorithm. I'm unable to really be on a schedule because of everything that happens at the beginning of the new year. I seem to remember this happening last year too. Of course, this year I've been sick twice. Forgot the other thing. We had a storm. We had a big storm roll through. It was just crazy, right? This week we should be on a pretty normal schedule. Monday Night Lights, and then Tuesday, the post game at LSU. This is a big game, you guys. This is a big, big game because LSU, you barely beat at home. While I don't think LSU is a very good basketball team, and I've watched them plenty this year, for whatever reason, no matter who's coaching these guys, they have been a thorn in Arkansas' side. Can they get this win on the road? This would be a big one. I'm telling you, this Tuesday night game is actually really big. And not only that, it gets you, puts you in the 8-win category and everything. So it's a big, big game. And yeah. Anyways, all right, post game. Yeah, I think I am going to give this to Brazil. I think I'm giving it to Brazil. I realize Acuff was him today again, but Brazil's going to get it, man. I mean, again, 4 blocks, 4 assists, no turnovers, 8 rebounds, and 19 points. How could I pass up giving it finally to a big man? How could I pass that up? Acuff obviously is 1B. If Brazil's number 1, then if Brazil's 1A, then Acuff is 1B for me. I know a lot of you are going to switch that, and, you probably disagree. That's fine. That's what's great about living in this country. We can all just agree to disagree. Am I right, Luke? We could just agree to disagree, even if you don't know ball. Congratulations. Congratulations to Brazil for winning the direct service overhead garage door company post-game gold chain. He's the MVP. There you go, baby. There you go. Congrats, Brazil. Acuff certainly had a hell of a game, and it's we got to keep up with these better. We got to start writing down who wins these because I feel like that's Brazil's. That's got to be at least his 3rd this year. By the way, Brazil was pretty good outside, 2 of 6. He also passed up some open looks. I saw that. In the game, I thought he passed up some nice open looks. Saw a couple guys pass up some open looks outside. So again, they kept about their average of shooting outside in terms of the amount and close to the percentage. I think they're in SEC. What are they in SEC play? I want to say they're like 39% outside, or they were up until recently. So they shot about their average outside. 8 shots, 8 of 22. They shot 52% from the floor. Yeah, I mean that's it's pretty good. COVID is still around, is it? 6 days tie. We start Hogs. We start Hogs down in Texas. Yeah. They got to play. Who is it? Oklahoma State. Who do they play? It's Oklahoma State and is it Tech? Is it Texas Tech down there? Someone help me out. Let me pull that up. It's TCU and Texas Tech. There we go. Wow, that's one way to start the year off. Yeah, anyone new to the channel, baseball in this channel has a love-hate relationship. I love talking baseball. It is very hard to talk baseball on YouTube. It's just hard to do. We will probably discuss it in some of our week shows. I don't do post games for baseball. I've got my reasons. It's just, I hate to say it. It's nice to watch a baseball game and not have to do a post game. And to be fair, it's just kind of not worth my time to do one. We've tried talking baseball on this channel, and I think about 15% of my audience really gives a damn about baseball. So I just, there's got to be an audience there, and there's really not. And lately, thanks to YouTube, there's not much. The audience is just, who knows where they are. But it is what it is. I've done this long enough. We've survived these kind of weird YouTube algorithm. It's like I don't know, man. It's like being caught out in the middle of the ocean. You catch a few good waves, and then it just kind of dies out, and you're just kind of, I don't know. I guess you would want to avoid big waves if you're out in the middle of the ocean, huh? You might drown. maybe we should look at it from like a surfer's perspective when you're out looking to crush some waves. But you'll get like just where they just don't push the content, and it is what it is. I've survived it. I've done this long enough. Just something we got to deal with. But baseball is just not something. Don't expect much from this channel on baseball. I'll just say that. Maybe if there's a crowd there and we kind of dabble with it a little bit, maybe we'll build off that. But for right now, I'm not planning on doing anything for baseball. I do think we might do some stuff in Discord for baseball, though. So keep an eye on that. We might do some things in Discord for baseball. By the way, if you want to watch the Shriners Children College Showdown that's happening in Arlington, Globe Life Field, these are all three going to be on Flow College. So, yeah, there's that. It is not going to be on SEC Network or, ESPN. So you'll have to go into Flow Sports, I guess, and have fun with that. I might do it. I don't know. This is a big series, man. Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas Tech. It's the Razorbacks taking on the Big 12. And then after that, they come home. And no, they got to play. Oh, I'll be damned. Okay, they got to play a Maggie Bank College baseball series against Tarleton State on February 16th. So I guess they're just staying there for 4 games, even though this is a different series. And then they come home and they play a 3-game series against Xavier. So that starts the 20th through the 22nd. And then Arkansas State, they're going to play a couple of midweek games. I do love me some midweek baseball. February 24th and 25th against Arkansas State. So they're in Fayetteville for a while, starting with Xavier on February 20th. They're in Fayetteville all the way until, my God, good grief. Mississippi State, the opening SEC series is going to be in Fayetteville. They don't travel again until March 20th once they come home after the tournaments in Texas. That's crazy. So for a solid from February 20th all the way to March 20th, they're going to be up until March 18th, I guess. They're going to be playing inside a Baum Walker. That's crazy. That's a lot of home games there to start off with. So you got plenty of opportunities to watch them play inside Baum. It's hard to really get into baseball as an extreme casual when not even ESPN cares to show it much until the playoffs, says Brady. Well, Brady, teach their own, man. Ty, don't be a party pooper. How am I a party pooper, Johnny? Johnny coming in here with a hot how am I a party pooper? What the hell are you talking about? The viewership will go back up. Well, I mean, listen, it is what it is, Brady. I've done this, like I said, for long enough. It's just you just gotta survive it. May be able to see it on Discord talking about the Flow Sport games, says John. Yep. Hero Blake, what's going on, man? Hogs get the dub. They do indeed. I think baseball is best done before or during the game, between innings. No, we just listen. There's a reason why not very many Arkansas channels do a lot of baseball content until the season is really here. You'll have football and basketball talk all off season. Baseball, it's just not. It's no longer the pastime sport of this country. It's not. It's not the number one sport. Football is, and I don't even think it's that close, to be honest. Football is what everyone wants to talk about. Basketball, and I love that. I love baseball, though. That's what sucks is I love talking baseball. Just Dad says, hope you cover some baseball also. Yeah, like I said, we'll mix it into our midweek shows. We will talk about it in the midweek shows. What I'm saying is there's not going to be any exclusive content, edited content surrounding baseball is what I'm talking about. I'm not going to do any pregame, during game, post-game content for baseball. Midweek stuff, yeah, we're going to talk baseball, absolutely. Arkansas is the only program that can throw a no-hitter in the College World Series and not have a ring. And you called me the Debbie Downer or whatever, talking about being negative. I'm talking about you not covering baseball. Yeah, I never have really, exclusively on this channel. I never have. It's very difficult to really speak to the baseball fans on YouTube. It just is, to Razorback baseball fans. They're there. It's just really hard to get to them, you know. But there are some really good content creators on YouTube that do cover Razorback baseball, and I highly recommend you go listen to them. Let's see. I love me some baseball, but it's hard to get through any kind of post game after. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's also a big part of it. Keep in mind, though, football is how long? Football's pretty damn long, and yet post games are kind of how I made my post game football is how I made my it's how I kind of cracked open YouTube for Razorback content. You want to talk baseball with us? You got to be in Discord. There you go, man. And we will talk baseball in Discord. That is for sure. All right. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys being here. Again, make sure you retweet the Twitter. Retweet Twitter. Let's go into the deep stats here really quick, and then we'll get through this here. Let's go into the deep numbers. Mississippi State scored 46 points in the paint. Now, again, 46 of their 68, that's just to be expected. Arkansas is still not very good in the paint defensively. They're just not. I mean, they're going to have plays where it's like they're kind of taking a couple series off. And it just is what it is. I mean, I realize there's some people who seem to think you got to play 25 games to know whether or not you're quote-unquote elite. But sometimes you just are who you are, and you're not very good. Your perimeter or your post defense, the post presence, it struggled tonight. Again, you gave up almost 50 points in the paint. But overall, though, again, I would make the argument that Arkansas still played better on defense in this game in SEC play than any game so far, I believe, off the top of my head. I think they played very good. They were able to get some stops on the defensive end of the floor. They really were chasing guys out off the perimeter. I mean, that was something, too, that I noticed. Without even over-pursuing or leaving their feet and giving up a wide-open three. Didn't see as much of that today. So, again, I don't know if this is the Sealy effect. I think it was really just something they emphasized. They had the entire week off. Mississippi State would also end up with 21 bench points. Again, 46 points in the paint, 9 second chance points, and they had 13 fast break points. Now, let's switch it over to Arkansas. 50 points in the paint, just 8 points off the bench. Not exactly shocking news because they don't have much of a bench to play with. 19 points off turnovers. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. 15 fast break points. That's pretty well below their average. They got to get that number back up. That's when Arkansas's at their best. They are one of the best fast break shooting teams in college basketball. I was pretty impressed with some of their half court offense today, by the way. We know at times when these teams like to switch to a zone, it's kind of been a little bit of an Achilles at times when you switch from man to zone to a 2-3, whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to clog up lanes, you want to prevent Arkansas from getting clean looks, trying to finish off at the rim. They were able to kind of do whatever they wanted. Again, yeah, Mississippi State not good, but it's still good to see no matter the opponent. They're 14-22 on layups, 11 second chance points. You like seeing that. Again, the 50 points from the paint, very impressive. You got to appreciate what you saw today. We didn't even talk about Leak. Leak had 17 points. I mean, the guys that needed to step up today, every one of them, even if they didn't kill it on the stat sheet, it's like you got a little bit out of each and every one of them, some more than others. Very good to see. This is great. Now, I want to see this performance, this effort, we're actually in the right spot. We're in our zone. We're playing, we're doing exactly what we need to do. We're taking up space. We're not making it too easy. I saw Ewan alter some looks before his shoulder injury, whatever the hell happened. Saw some guys, again, Brazil getting those hands up, blocking balls. Saw some things on defense that I want to see them build off of moving forward as you get ready to play LSU. Again, it's a short turnaround now. You've got to travel down there, and on Monday, you're going to travel down there and play them on Tuesday night. Very short turnaround. Luckily, you played an early game today, not a late night game, and then it's like you get maybe a day and a half to kind of rest or whatever. Now you get the rest of the day to sit around, chill, watch some hoops, maybe put some ice on that shoulder, Ewan, and get ready to play LSU, get ready to travel on Monday to go down there. But it's a short turnaround, and playing on the road still shivers me timbers, if I may, okay? Still has me a little concerned, and the fact that LSU walked into your arena and damn near beat you, and they have been in the past, just complete thorn in your side, kind of makes you wonder. And this is the game I said I had them in this 3-game stretch. I had them beat Mississippi State, a road game, but then these next 2 are big question marks for me. This is a big one. You got to turn it around, show that you can go on the road and beat these guys, get the clean sweep over LSU, play your style of ball, come close to what you did today, and you should be fine. You should neutral floor, home or road. You should be 3 times better than the LSU Tigers. Not even close, son. This ought to be an ass whooping. Go down there and take care of business. We know they're capable of it. Again, very impressive. So the stat sheet actually says, what did I say ESPN said they had on? Okay, no, it was 22. Never mind. Okay, the stat broadcast sheet, it has 22 boards or assists. For some reason, I had it in my head that it was 20 on ESPN. Again, Arkansas, the statbroadcast.com is the best place to get the most accurate points. So, again, fast break points. Let's get those numbers back up to where they should be. You're one of the best fast break shooting teams, scoring teams rather, in college basketball. They're coming close to back to the way they were playing. Let's return to that on offense. 88 points on the road. You love that. Close to your average. What is their average now? Is it 89, 90 points or something a game? Let's get those back up. Hey, listen again, 14-22 on layups, 6-6 on dunks. You really took over the lead, and you did a great job holding on to it and building on top of it. A lot of good things here you got to like. Yeah, the defense wasn't perfect, but it was definitely a big step in the right direction for the Razorbacks. So, again, I really liked what I saw. I really did. Key to success, contributions by everyone. There you go. Not just the freshman duo, says transplanted Texan. Absolutely correct. Everyone getting involved, getting assists, getting a block, getting an easy bucket, doing your part on both ends of the floor. Everyone getting involved. Team involvement is key. Great ball movement. Not being stagnant, not just standing around with the ball out in the perimeter. Constant movement. Guys looking to do something on offense. I thought they switched really well on defense. They didn't give up very many open looks for Mississippi State outside for the most part. There are going to be times you're going to see a guy get plenty of space, and it's because that guy is like a 20% three-point shooter. He's not someone you're scared of taking that look. We got to understand that too. I was in a text argument with someone about that during this game. Oh, he's standing there wide open. Yeah, he doesn't shoot the three ball. That's why he's wide open. But from the actual guys that get the ball in their hands and can make those shots, those guys struggled, and there's a reason for that, because Arkansas's defense did a very good job of creating a crowd out in the perimeter. You'll see someone, if it's a point guard or whoever's got the ball, they're coming over the half court and they're dribbling a little bit too long, you'll see another Arkansas defender come and crash right down on that player. Therefore, you're cornering that player. You've got two guys on top of the guy with the ball, and it causes these teams at times to panic and force turnovers. I saw a little bit of that. Arkansas getting some nice forced turnovers today. So, again, build off today's performance on both ends of the floor. You should be fine these next two. Hell, you probably go 3-0. Auburn is not as good as what they did to you in their arena. They're not. They're not that. They're good. They're definitely, since that game was really kind of their, hey, we can be really good this year, even though up until that point, like I said, and I stand by it, they were pretty mid. They've really built on top of that, and I said it in that post game. They were mid up until this game. I still don't think they're at Arkansas's level. I still think Arkansas should get the revenge game. It might be a 2-point victory, but they are better than Auburn, and who knows what happens over the span of these next couple of games, but they are big regardless. Need to win these next two. So this is a good starting point right here. This is it. This was one of three. Go take care of the other two, and then from that point on, it's one game after the other, because it doesn't get easier. In fact, you start to amp up the competition. You're at Alabama, even though Bama is not the Bama of previous years. Even if Nate Oates is a win-at-all-costs scumbag, I'm sorry, even if he's a coach that really wants to win, you got Missouri at home. You got to play Texas A&M, who's playing at a really high level right now, 7-2. I think is that right? 7-2 coming into today. Is that what they are? Yeah, 7-2. You got to go to Florida, Texas at home, and then you got to end the year off against Mizzou. So, again, that's why I think these games are pivotal, because then you could they give you opportunities to build off these performances, give you a little bit of momentum, make you feel a little good about yourself, right? and maybe you can carry that into the next game and the next game and take it one game at a time. You're supposed to anyways. You got to take it one game at a time anyways. But, yeah, after Auburn, it really starts to amp up, and you need to get those wins, the must-win games, the games you're supposed to win. You need to win them. This was a game you're supposed to win. LSU's a game you're supposed to win. Auburn is a game you're supposed to win. Okay? LSU right now, according to the matchup predictor, is only favoring Arkansas at 53%. The matchup predictor is only favoring them against LSU at 53%. Against Auburn, it's 59%. Okay, so again, these are games you're supposed to win, so go take care of business, right? Okay. What are we at here? 55 minutes. Okay, we're doing good. Really glad the team. Oh, it's Ralph. Oh my goodness, it's Hunter Yurchek's. It's his burner. He made it. Really glad the team that have Cheeks defense won today. Thanks, Hunter Yurchek. Ralph does not. Oh, is this Luke's burner? Wait a minute. Is this Luke, or is Hunter Luke and also Ralph? We're on to you. We're on to you, Hunter Yurchek. We know that's you. You're really Ralph, and probably Luke too. I see that. Yeah, the defense has been Cheeks this year, though, Ralph. You are correct. Is it Mississippi State average? They're pretty good, and they're a really good rebounding team too. They're one of the top. I think they were top 4 in rebounding in the conference. Assists, early playmaking is always the key. Acuff, because he will always get his 18-plus points. I mean, 20. His average is 20, and I think his average is probably going to drop or move up to about 21 points after today. Just outstanding. Hunter, cheap, you out on the H in your. I don't know, Texan. I don't know what you're saying here. Oh, I see. Okay, Hunter. Cheap you out. The H in Yurchek, like he cheaped out the upper bowl fans from a rally towel last week. I don't know anything about that. What's up, No Name Matt? How you doing, man? Hope all's well. All right, we're gonna end it here. We're gonna end the poll. 71% of you think we're gonna do this against LSU. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. I think they are. It is possible they can have this kind of performance on the road. I do think it's possible, but they really need to. Again, this has got to be a game, man. I don't want to see slow starts. I want to see ball movement and finding those easy buckets like they did today. I want to see that against LSU. LSU's nowhere near on your level. You should be able to sweep them. You should have belt to ass them in Bud Walton Arena, and you should do it in their place. No excuse. No excuse. Yeah. So let's see them play. Let's see them play with this level of intensity and effort against LSU on the road. All right, everybody. I do appreciate you. Remember, on your way out, make sure you hit the like button. Sharing is caring. Make sure you share the content. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you have the notification bell clicked. And that is it. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy some basketball. Maybe go kill some clankers. On Arc Raiders. Still playing that game. Still a lot of fun. You guys need to be playing it. It's so fun. You guys be good. Have a good weekend.
mean, there are a lot of older gentlemen with beards playing basketball in college right now.